First and foremost, Drake gotta chill. If you saw the headline here, if you saw the topics before you clicked into this live, oh, Dash says, hi. If you saw the topics, then you know Drake gotta chill. Why am I saying Drake gotta chill? I think, personally, I think Drake should lay low. That's my personal opinion. I think Drake has been doing himself a disservice. Drake put out some loosies since the battle. So let's go back in time. There was a battle that we all know about, a battle that Drake clearly lost. And I don't mean financially or any of that. I just mean song for song. We know for a year now, more than a year, because the anniversary was just a couple weeks ago, Kendrick has been in a phenomenal run, touring, performing, winning awards, you name it. You name it, right? But what has Drake been doing? Drake dropped some loosies. Drake dropped the Heart Part 6, basically saying, I'm not a kid diddler, right? That's basically the only point of that record. It was not really a diss record. That was his last effort in the battle. He dropped a couple loosies. Then he dropped 100 gigs. If you know about the 100 gigs, Drake emptied the tank allegedly, right? He put out records with different people, all this behind the scenes footage he had. He just dumped out 100 gigs. Awesome. Footage, songs, snippets, all type of good stuff. All right, it made a little splash, but it didn't stop anything. In fact, it kind of made people feel like, is this really any good? Drake fans really liked it, and that's important. Not being sarcastic, but it didn't make a big splash like Drake stuff usually does. Then we got the quote unquote leaked record where he's talking about LeBron. And I don't think it was leaked because we saw a video. Now they said the videographer leaked it, and it wasn't a legit release. But we saw it. He was rapping, and he was rapping in Drake style, a long rap song talking about LeBron dissing him and friends dissing him and different things. And that one came and went too. Then he dropped the Party Next Door album. And Nokia did make a splash. But have any of you been hearing anything about Nokia? Have any of you been listening to Nokia? Probably not. Because Nokia came and went too. Right? Okay, cool. Nokia is probably the best effort so far. And they say it was a #1 album for a little while, which we expect because it's a Drake release. And it didn't make it didn't do what Drake normally does. Some say, which I would be remiss not to mention this, some say it's because of the lawsuit. And so Drake even has a lawsuit against UMG, his longtime record label, Universal Music Group, which is the parent company of many companies. So for those who are going to watch this and say, no, he was signed to Young Money. Young Money was a subsidiary of Universal Music Group. And so the lawsuit is going on. Crazy things are being alleged. It's still not over. However, we still have not seen a solidified release from Drake. But now something new has happened, folks. Something new came out recently. Another effort from Drake. And the song is called Smiley, featuring Tumaza. I'm sorry, the song is called Smiley. It belongs to Tumaza, and it features Drake. Have y'all heard this song? Because I heard this song, and it is not a compelling record. Now, I'm on record saying I'm not the biggest Drake fan, but I also understand that even though I'm not the biggest Drake fan, hit records are hit records. Okay? I'm not stupid. I understand that fandom aside or hate aside, big records are big records. Hence me just giving Nokia a slice of props. Did y'all hear this Tumaza record? What's it called? Smiley? Smiley. Did y'all hear Smiley? I just want to know, did y'all hear Smiley? Dash says Nokia was catchy. Yes, it was. Drake is excellent at making catchy records. David says, nope, not yet. No one else has answered And so I'm going to assume people have not heard this record. The record has been out for 5 days and it has less than 1 million views. Now, why do I say that? Because everything Drake does is record breaking, is big, it makes a splash. This record ain't making a splash. Dash says, I don't think my co-host sent me that, so no. Shame on your co-host. And shame on you for not staying tapped in. But this record has not made a splash. Usually by now, 5 days out, a Drake record would have made a bigger impact, is what I'm saying. And so this is not a Drake diss. This is actually my way of trying to help Drake. I know he didn't solicit my services. I'm aware. But I think it would behoove Drake to lay low for just a little bit, to chill out, to just relax. I don't think we should hear Drake on a feature for a while. I don't think we should have a Drake album for a while. I think Drake should, one, let the lawsuit run its course. Two, wait for the Kendrick and SZA tour to completely be over. Because all we keep seeing is clips of everyone singing Not Like Us and A minor. Every city, all we see is viral footage of the whole crowd going A minor. Right? I think Drake should chill out. I think it is in Drake's best interest to not release anything. We still don't have a song of the summer. This is usually when people would be looking for the new Drake. Hey, where's that new Drake? You heard that new Drake? Drake? You heard it? You seen it? But it's not here. And it should still not be here. If I was Drake, I would not put any music out for a little while, at least until probably late fall. If Drake drops in late fall and it's a banger, whether it's an album or a single, it will be very impactful. But if Drake continues to put out these teeny tiny records, and they're not teeny tiny for normal cats like me. If I get a Nokia, I'm out of here. Y'all probably won't even see me on weeknights. You feel what I'm saying? I'll be going live from the private jet. But for Drake, it's different. So instead of falling short over and over again, lay low, take a break, make them miss you. And then you come back and bust a move, as he would say. This is my advice for Drake. I think Drake should chill. Drake should stop. Drake should lay low. If you old like me, you remember Snoop Dogg and Nate Dogg had a song. And they said, he better lay low. That's what I think Drake should do.